All right, rockets from one side, airstrikes from the other. The past 24 hours have seen more violence between Israel and Gaza, with as many as 9 Palestinians killed and an Israeli baby slightly injured. Jerusalem Bureau Chief Kevin Flower sat down with Israel's Defense Minister Ehud Barak for an interview. He asked if we're witnessing a new and a very dangerous round of hostilities between these two sides.
I hope not, but I can't promise it. In fact, we lost 8 people in a terror event near Eilat a week ago, and this whole round of exchanges is part of what comes afterwards. We killed most of the operators of this terrorist attack. We killed the people who launched them from Gaza, and we tried to hit one by one those who are trying to shoot at our civilian citizenry.
There's been a lot of denials coming from the Gaza Strip from militant groups, specifically the Popular Resistance Committee, saying that they, in fact, were not involved in this attack on Israeli civilians and Israeli military targets.
And do you believe them?
And you've been investigating the circumstances of this attack. I'm wondering what you can tell us about that, what you can tell us about the investigation at this point.
Probably the event took place about 150 miles from the Gaza Strip in the desert, and probably some Bedouins with Egyptian citizenship participated. I don't know for sure. But most of the people who executed the operation were killed within 30 minutes, and the group of leaders of the PRC who sent them was hit in the Gaza Strip less than 3 hours afterwards.
Are you absolutely confident that they were involved? Does Israel have proof that it's going to present?
Absolutely confident.
As far as proof?
No, we have no doubt, but we cannot bring it to the public in order to be able to intercept the future squads before they come to it, or kill them immediately afterwards. If we share all the information with everyone, they would be careful enough not to fall into our, how do you call this, crossfire or
crosshairs.
Yeah.
Has the government in Cairo in the recent days expressed warnings about the consequences, the potential consequences of an escalation of military action in the Gaza Strip?
No, I don't think so. They're probably acting behind the scenes to influence Hamas and other groups to reduce the tension, and they clearly operating in the Sinai. It's a huge area with very few people in it. We agreed that they will bring into the Sinai more military units in order to bring order there. I'm not very optimistic that will all change in a matter of weeks, because the real focus is about what happens in Egypt proper with the 85 million people. In the whole Sinai, you have less than 500,000 people.
Just recently, the U.S. president and a number of European governments have explicitly called for President Assad to step down in light of what's been going on in that country. Should he step down? Do you think he should leave power?
I fully agree with this demand. Probably it is stated a little bit too late. He clearly lost legitimacy within his own people. I believe that he's doomed. He probably will stay there for another 3 or 6 months, but he's doomed.
It's been over a year now since the flotilla incident, and the release of the UN report examining the incident, that's been delayed multiple times to give Israel and Turkey time to reach some sort of understanding. I'm wondering if that looks possible right now, and how far is Israel willing to go to right this relationship?
It makes sense to reach an understanding outside of the international court, so to speak. And I still think so. Turkey is an extremely important country in the region, and we basically are asked to apologize for mistakes to the extent they might happen in the execution of these justifiable operation. And that's something that I think we have to consider.
All right, there we had Kevin Flowers speaking with Ehud Barak about a range of subjects, most notably his concerns that it's impossible to predict what is going to happen between Gaza and Israel. Right now, a tense truce appears to be a de facto truce, if you want to call it that, appears to be holding, but almost every day sees a new exchange of fire.